Yo! So, welcome back to the backup channel. Yes, this is the backup channel. I'm going to need you to go to the description if you're new here, and go to my main channel if you're new there. But this is going to be the quickest LS cam swap video this side of the Mississippi. And by this side of the Mississippi, I mean I'm in Texas. So, this side. Probably that side too, but this side. Starting with my test subject, which is obviously kind of cheating, but I'm trying to make this video quick for y'all because I'm sure you get videos where you're just trying to figure something out, but they got to tell you their life story. Not this one. So this is an LS, this is a 5.3, technically not an LS, yes, whatever. It's an LS. The head's already off. You can do this with the heads on, with the heads off. Obviously, if it's in the vehicle, out of the vehicle. I'm going to show you a different way to do it if it's in the vehicle, if you haven't come across using dowels to keep the lifters up. If it's out of the vehicle, obviously it's a million times easier. You can have it on an engine stand. You can have it on this. If you got it on an engine stand, just flip it upside down if you don't want to pull the heads off. If you pull the heads off, you're pulling the lifters out anyway, so this is where you'll be. We're going to pull the crank pulley off first. This is the puller set that you use. If you go to the auto parts store, it's actually under a Mopar crank balancer pulley. But this is what it looks like. That is the part. I'll put it in the description. I think it was 25 bucks on Amazon. We're gonna take this bad boy, put it together. Now I'm gonna speed this up now. So, as you can see, I was wrong. You gotta take the crank bolt off first. Most people on the internet will tell you that you need a new crank bolt. You don't, just reuse it. You don't even gotta torque it down. Just get you the best impact ever made and put it on earthquake mode, which is 3, and just torqued. And that's a different video. So, crank pulley off. Now we're going to take the front cover off. 7/16. Sorry, I'm a little acoustic. 7/16 socket. Don't forget your 2. If you got your oil pan on, don't forget 1 on each side on the bottom. I lied. It's not 7/16. It's 10 millimeter. Oil pump, 10 millimeter. Trash. I don't care if it was good when it was when you saw it running. Always replace. Timing chain. Now, one of the things we're going to stop and talk about is play. Supposed to play. Supposed to have play. Supposed to. Gen 3s don't have a tensioner or anything. You just slap it on there. That's all. Gen 4s have tensioners. You can put tensioners on Gen 3s, but there's no point unless you're making 1,000 horsepower or spinning it at 8,000 RPM all the time. Supposed to have play. keep the chain, keep the sprocket. I will 100% reuse that. As long as there's no teeth issues and there's no chain issues, I mean, obviously missing parts, broken teeth, reuse. Now, why did I just go blank? I went blank because I'm acoustic. The cam retainer plate, have to replace. There's no, you can reuse it, but you're going to leak oil on that gasket. It's a one-time gasket where it presses against the block. Once it's tightened down, that gasket's one and done. So you have to replace this cam retainer plate. Put the bolts back in the cam. You can put water pump bolts in the cam. Gives you more, longer bolts give you more leverage to pull it out, as you'll see in a second. Also, something that's funny is these are from the front cover all the way down to the cam retainer plate. It's all the same bolts. They're just obviously one's longer than the other, so that way you get them all mixed up. Your longer ones are for the cover. The short ones are for the cam and the retainer plate. Retainer plate. See, one-time gasket. It's really super thin, so have to replace. Now, obviously, I don't have lifters in this, so if you have lifters, this is the part you want to turn it over however you want to do it. Put the crank back on it, and you're going to want to turn, well, obviously you got to do it before you take the chain off. Turn it over and put 5/16 dowels in these two holes right here, all the way through, and turn it over, and that'll keep the lifters up so that they don't fall in. I have seen where guys just don't put dowels in it, and they just pull the cam out real quick, put the cam in, done. If this is on an engine stand and you don't want to take the heads off to pull the lifters, because you have to take the heads off to pull the lifters, just flip it upside down so that the oil pan is that way. Or most of you, I understand, first timers, you're going to replace absolutely everything, so you're going to be at this point, so just pull your lifters out. Also, the reason why I'm doing this, because I know I'm going to have to replace this cam whenever I put this engine in something, so just a good time to do it and make a quick video. Oh, she is in there. Huh. For 1 second. There you go. Back. So, let's look this bad boy over real quick. But that's it. That is the cam swap. You take your new cam, put it in. That's it. So, but if you're new and you want to stick around, then we can talk about cam bearings and the cam itself. So, when we're looking at this, obviously, so I always reuse, I'm sorry, I might be a little close. I can't tell, I have it facing the other way. I always reuse cams that are already in there. So we'll look at this one. This one, it's 50-50 on reuse this one. I only tickled it a little bit, so it's not hurt back here. I really didn't have to, I really just tapped on it. You'll know when I give it a good tickle. But, so you see just the wear, look at this one. See the discoloration, maybe, I don't know, I can't tell, let me know. It's kind of goldish and then silver in the middle. That is 100% normal. That is what a 50,000 mile cam and a 250,000 mile cam will look like. So, say you got your short block down like this, and you're looking at the holes that are in the valley, and you're seeing like this discoloration, and you're just thinking, oh man, that cam looks wiped. It's not. That's not what that means. Now, obviously, I kind of thought. So right here, I'd say, is why this engine was pulled. So right here, you see that? The spots, that's where I'd say lift or tap for sure, because I can drag my fingernail across it, and just how the old oil is kind of caked onto it because it had somewhere to catch. So, and then here, so yeah, this cam is no bueno. Now, dang it, where would we use it? But, yep, so if you see a stock cam, that's, you don't have these spots like this where the oil was caught into it, and you can drag your fingernail across it, it's nice and smooth if it's like that, but it just has this typical wear of being used. It's perfectly fine. But this one, I should have hit it harder. No bueno. But, cam bearings. Hold on, I gotta clean myself up. This is a big one, because I know a lot of you small block Chevy, big block Chevy guys, old timers, new timers, you're thinking, this is what I explained in my last video of why you don't LS swap. Or why you don't do a cam. Your very first LS swap. Remember, I said very first LS swap. I didn't say LS swap in general. But you're going to get in here. You're going to see the cam like that, like what I showed you. And you're going to get in here, and you're going to see that discoloration. And you're going to be like, oh yeah, it needs new cam bearings. No, it doesn't. This one, that right there in the back is questionable. But the main thing is, you don't look at them. You don't look at them. You get your cam, you throw it in real quick, put all your stuff back together, done. From experience, I promise, it will be A-OK. Unless you have the cam bearing tool and you've done it before and you want to go ahead and knock them out, throw some new ones in, perfectly fine. Just be careful because like from 03 and up, there's differences and it gets pretty technical. But for you new guys, take it to a machine shop if you want it done. Don't attempt it yourself, because then I'll see you on the internet saying, why do I have low oil pressure? I got new cam bearings, new oil pump, new pickup tube ring. It's because you didn't line up your oil holes correctly with all of them. It's obviously specific on how those go back in. But other than that, that's cam and cam bearings. This engine 100% is going to get used. It doesn't have any ring ridge. Maybe a little bit here, but I could clean that off real quick. Doesn't have any cracks that I can see. This is a 5.3, so Gen 3 iron blocks. If it has dish pistons, it's a 5.3. If it has flat tops, it's a 4.8. That only goes if it's iron block. If it's aluminum block Gen 3, then the 5.3s will have flat tops, because they're called an L33, and there's like two other ones. They're aluminum block. So aluminum block is the HO engines, which they're 5.3 with flat top. But if it's iron block and it came out of a truck, SUV, or whatever, and it's stamped 4.8 5.3, it is a 5.3 if it's dished. It is a 4.8 if it's flat top. So this is a 5.3. No idea what I'm gonna put this in, but I picked it up for $200. I just need to find a stock cam. But that's it. Welcome to the backup channel. Hope that helped. Obviously the cam swap itself is about 5-8 minutes ago. So hopefully helps you out. Go to my main channel. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, which you probably are, because you're probably here from there. But I'll see you when we got CUDA stuff to do.